How to avoid Medicaid's 5-year Lookback period. Planning for long-term care is essential, especially when it comes to understanding Medicaid's 5-year lookback period. This period is a vital part of Medicaid eligibility rules, and missteps can lead to delayed or denied benefits. Knowing how to navigate these requirements helps secure care without jeopardizing financial well-being. What is Medicaid's 5-year Lookback period? Medicaid's 5-year lookback period refers to the 5-year timeframe before an individual applies for Medicaid benefits. During this period, any financial transactions involving the transfer of assets are reviewed. The goal is to ensure that people have not reduced their assets to meet Medicaid's strict eligibility requirements. If Medicaid finds that assets were transferred for less than their market value within this period, it imposes a penalty period during which the individual will be ineligible for Medicaid benefits. The length of the penalty depends on the total value of the transferred assets and the cost of private long-term care in New York. To successfully navigate the Medicaid application process, it's important to fully understand the lookback rules and how they impact eligibility. Understanding the legalities of Medicaid's 5-year Lookback period. Medicaid's 5-year lookback period is a critical regulation designed to prevent individuals from gifting or transferring assets to qualify for Medicaid. Under New York law, any transfer of assets made within 5 years before applying for Medicaid will be scrutinized. The purpose is to ensure that applicants haven't transferred assets below market value in an attempt to reduce their countable assets. Violating the lookback rules can lead to penalties. For example, if the state finds that a significant amount of money or property was transferred within this period, the applicant could be deemed ineligible for Medicaid benefits for a specific time. This penalty period is based on the amount of the transferred assets and the cost of private pay care. The penalty does not start when the transfer occurs but rather when the applicant applies for Medicaid and is otherwise eligible. It is important to comply with Medicaid's lookback rules to avoid these penalties. Working with a lawyer who understands Medicaid laws can help you strategically manage your assets, ensuring compliance and maximizing the chances of eligibility. Strategies to avoid Medicaid's 5-year Lookback penalties. To avoid the penalties associated with Medicaid's lookback period, planning ahead is crucial. Here are some effective strategies. Plan asset transfers early. Transferring assets 5 years before you anticipate needing Medicaid can help you avoid triggering the lookback period. Early planning allows you to make gifts or transfer property without risking penalties. Set up irrevocable trusts. Irrevocable trusts are a valuable tool for Medicaid planning. Once assets are placed in this type of trust, they no longer belong to the individual and won't count toward Medicaid eligibility. However, it's essential to establish these trusts well before the 5-year lookback period begins. Use annuities. Certain annuities can be structured to provide income without violating Medicaid rules. These financial products convert assets into a stream of income, allowing applicants to reduce their countable assets while maintaining a source of income. Each of these strategies requires precise execution to avoid complications with Medicaid eligibility. Consulting with an attorney familiar with these processes ensures that your plan aligns with state regulations and protects your assets. Consequences of non-compliance with the Lookback period. The penalties for violating Medicaid's 5-year lookback period can be severe. Most commonly, the penalty comes in the form of ineligibility for Medicaid benefits. This period of ineligibility is based on the value of the assets transferred. For instance, if the value of the transferred assets would have paid for 6 months of long-term care, the applicant may be ineligible for Medicaid for those 6 months. This penalty can create a gap in coverage, forcing individuals to cover long-term care costs out of pocket. In some cases, applicants may face financial strain and even be required to sell additional assets to cover care expenses during this period. It's crucial to avoid violating the lookback rules by seeking legal guidance from an attorney who can help structure your asset transfers correctly. Planning for Medicaid involves complex rules, including the 5-year lookback period. Understanding these regulations and making informed decisions about your assets is key to ensuring you get the care you need without losing your financial security. By planning early and consulting a legal professional, you can avoid penalties and maximize your eligibility for Medicaid. For assistance with Medicaid planning and navigating the 5-year lookback period, contact Schlessel Law PLLC at 516-574-9630. Our experienced attorneys can help you develop a strategy that protects your assets and secures your future healthcare needs. Visit our office at 34 Willis Avenue, Suite 300, Mineola, New York, 11501, United States.